Good evening and thank you for joining us. After 10 days, a major break in the disappearance of Teresa Halbach.
Elizabeth Reese is live outside the Avery salvage yard where police think Halbach was killed. Elizabeth.
Bill and Cammie, at a news conference just a few hours ago, Calumet County Sheriff Jerry Poggle said it is the significant evidence found on the Avery property that leads him to believe Teresa Halbach was murdered. The evidence is graphic: blood, pieces of bone, and human teeth.
A significant amount of blood was also discovered in Teresa Halbach's vehicle, and samples of blood were also found on the Avery property. Authorities
say numerous pieces of bone and human teeth were also found on the Avery property, including near Stephen Avery's residence.
The analysis of these items is being conducted to determine the identity.
And finally, more evidence found inside Stephen Avery's trailer.
Key that was used to start Teresa Halbach's vehicle was found in Stephen Avery's bedroom.
Now, Sheriff Poggle says it looks like those human remains were left after someone tried to dispose of a body on the Avery property by burning it. Reporting live in Manitowoc County, Elizabeth Reese, Action 2 News.
Thank you, Liz.
And Calumet County Sheriff Jerry Poggle was visibly shaken when he shared details of the case with the media this afternoon. He says it's the worst he's ever seen.
Involved in this business for 33 years, and I've seen a lot of bad things in my investigation, but I think this tops the cake. To know that one human being can do this to another human being is beyond belief.
There are visible signs tonight. This investigation is moving forward. Emily Matesic is live in Manitowoc County with more on that. Emily.
Well, Bill, Highway 147 and other roads around the area are reopened tonight. They were shut down back on Saturday when investigators narrowed their search for Teresa Halbach to the Avery family compound. At about 3 o'clock this afternoon, the roadblocks were removed and State Patrol troopers and Manitowoc County Sheriff's deputies abandoned their posts. Just because the roads were closed, or rather reopened, doesn't mean this investigation is over. You go ahead and take a look at this aerial footage of the Avery salvage yard from today. You can see State Patrol troopers were out on the property again. We're told about 60 troopers spent much of the day combing the area, trying to find some more evidence here out on the scene. Now, we also saw this on the property today. You can see a trailer home, an outbuilding, and then crime tape surrounding a blue tarp. We asked investigators if this is the area where they found human evidence, but they would not comment. Now, once again, Highway 147 is reopened. It's open at County Road Q down into Mishicot. That was closed since Saturday. Access to the Avery compound, however, remains closed tonight. Reporting live in Manitowoc County, Emily Matesic, Action 2 News.
Thank you, Emily. Right now, no one, including Stephen Avery, is being named officially as a suspect. Sarah Thompson joins us now live with the latest developments on his case.
Well, Cammie, investigators did tell us Stephen Avery was questioned again last night about Teresa Halbach, but they refused to comment if he said anything at all to them about it.
Everybody remains a person of interest.
Special Prosecutor Ken Kratz says right now Stephen Avery is only being held on a felony charge of a convicted felon possessing a firearm, but he has not been charged in connection with Halbach's murder.
At this time, nobody has been identified to the extent that a criminal complaint is appropriate to be brought, and from that perspective, then we haven't narrowed it to one.
Kratz says Avery's interview last night was recorded, both video and audio, but he won't say if Avery admitted or denied involvement in the murder. Kratz is also quick to say that Avery and his family were given the option to talk to their lawyer, but he says they didn't ask for him.
Each of those individuals was given that opportunity. If any of the people yesterday wished either not to speak to investigators or wished the assistance of counsel, they were given that opportunity.
Now, Avery is not set to appear in court until next Tuesday, and Special Prosecutor Ken Kratz says they're waiting that long because of a scheduling problem, not because they're waiting to add more charges, trying to stall to add more charges against him. Reporting live in Manitowoc County, Sarah Thompson, Action 2 News.
Thank you, Sarah. Stephen Avery has an extensive criminal history. In March of 1981, he was convicted on 2 felony burglary charges. In September of 1982, he was charged with cruelty to animals for setting a cat on fire. In January of 1985, Avery forced the wife of a part-time Manitowoc County Sheriff's deputy off the road. He pointed a rifle at the woman but let her go. He was sentenced to 6 years in prison for endangering safety and a felon in possession of a firearm. Then, in the summer of 1985, a 36-year-old Manitowoc woman identified Avery as the man who beat her and sexually assaulted her while she was jogging along the Lake Michigan shoreline. Avery spent 18 years in prison before DNA testing cleared him of that crime. He was released in September of 2003. In September of last year, Avery was charged with disorderly conduct. That brings us to yesterday, when Avery was arrested and charged with possession of a firearm by a felon.
We tried to speak with the Avery family today. Chuck Avery, Stephen's brother, said they had little to say about the investigation. He just reaffirmed that the family has no idea how Halbach's vehicle got onto their property.
I'm hearing a lot of stories and whatnot, so I'm not going to comment on any one of them.
Police questioned the entire Avery family, and DNA evidence was taken from each of them. We saw some of the family members at the home of Stephen's brother, Earl, who does not live on the property. There's no word if or when Avery family members will be allowed back on their property.